A little fishing in the dark there, Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. You don't need to fish in the dark. You can fish in the in the daytime, I think, right?
Morning time.
Morning time. We have Al Rickerson joining us this morning. He's representing the Titusville Rotary Club as they get ready for their Oil Creek Classic. And Al, good morning to you. Good to see you.
Good morning. It's always good to see you.
Well, for those who aren't familiar with the Oil Creek Classic, kind of fill us in on what that is.
Okay, this is going to be our 7th annual Oil Creek Classic. What it is a fundraiser for our local Rotary Club, Titusville Rotary Club. It started years ago when I was the president, and we were looking for a new fundraiser. So I knew somebody that gave one in Lancaster, and I said, we can do this up here because we have a quite renowned trout stream here. So, well, lo and behold, over the years, we've come up with the Oil Creek Classic, and it's a lot of fun.
So this is a fly fishing tournament?
Yes, it is. It's a fly fishing tournament in a way that it's a competition, yes. Do you have to be like like a super duper fly angler? Not really. We have a lot of fun there, but because of my competitive nature, I call it a tournament.
Hey, so I love this story, Al. Tell us about how you got involved fly fishing yourself.
Oh, I got involved because of my son. Anybody knows
this is a great story. I love this.
Anybody knows my son. My son was always he had a lot of energy. Let's just put it that way.
Football, basketball.
Every time the season changed, his sport changed. But one thing he did like to do, he liked to fish. So one day he said, Dad, I want to fly fish. And I'm like, really? I said, boy, he's really into this stuff. So he started, my wife got us to go to a fly fishing school. And lo and behold, there was a gentleman there by the name of Joe Humphreys. And I didn't know who Joe Humphreys was, but I looked him up. And I found out that he was like the Yoda of fly fishing. So, and as a matter of fact, I went to the Lancaster fly fishing show this past, down in Lancaster. And guess who was there signing his books? Joe Humphreys.
Oh, wow.
At 93 years old.
Really?
Wow. Yes.
That's great. So what turned out as a father-son bonding experience, you said, hey, I think there's a great opportunity here to do something. Because you're right, our waterways are incredible.
Oh, yeah.
People come from all over to fish here.
Oh, yeah. I remember one day I was fishing, and, when you're trying to buy different equipment and stuff, you find out where some of the equipment is from. And there was a gentleman in the water, and I noticed that he had a Hardy fly fishing pole. And I said, oh, you have a Hardy fly fishing pole. That's made in England. And then he started talking, and he was English. and he told me, he said, that he wanted to do some fly fishing on his vacation. And in Pennsylvania, State College, of course, because of Spring Creek. And Oil Creek is where he wanted to fish. So, yeah, you can meet a lot of different people.
And the area is well known for that, right? Because you've encountered people that have said, "Hey, we've gone there, and it's just a beautiful area to fish."
Oh, you'll love this. Because when I first went to the Lancaster Fly Fishing Show, there was a line around the corner to get autographed books from Joe Humphreys, signing hats or anything. But towards the end of the show, I went there. There was only 2-3 people in line, and I said, he's not going to remember me. That was years ago. As soon as he saw me, he said, like, have you slipped in Oil Creek yet? Because Oil Creek is known for having slippery rocks and folks falling in. And I'm like, yeah, I've slipped a couple of times. Because, I first started, I got my waders. I'm like, what is this belt? Why have to have another belt around me? And he said, that's a safety precaution. Then I proceeded to fall into the creek, and I said, oh. So this keeps you from blowing up like a balloon floating down the creek.
Well, so 7 years into this, what's different this year from past years?
Okay, we have a couple of things that are different. This year we're going to use a scoring system, an app, actually a fly fishing app called Fishing Chaos. That's something they use that's pretty well known, at least in the South is well known. And I think I'm excited to use that because that means it doesn't have to be as labor intensive with the controllers given out to every fly angler. But what is also new is that, as everybody knows, we always have Community Day, and that's for the people who don't want to fly fish. You know, it's our way of our club saying thanks to the community. But we're going to have at Drakewell, we're going to have a fly tying demonstration, and we're going to have Gary Kell, a master fly caster, come down. It's for the folks who want to really get into it. You can't get any better instruction. But the new thing this year is the train. We're going to have the train running on Saturday from 10 a.m. and of course it comes back at 1 a.m. Get tickets at 9 o'clock. So, and that's a way of us saying thank you to the community. Unfortunately, last year because of COVID, we couldn't have our 100th anniversary celebration. So this is a way of us celebrating with the community, you know, with a free train ride.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. And those who come up and participate, Al, are you finding that they're bringing their families up? So this also provides opportunities for them to do things, the families?
Yeah, a lot of times they do bring their families up, but also, you know, we want to see people come out because we call it Titusville Rotary Community Day, but I guess next year we'll probably change it to Titusville Rotary Outdoors Day. We also want to demonstrate some things. Because in years past, for instance, one of my favorite years was when we had the shelter box. And these are the tent apparatuses that Rotary gives to people in different areas. And I had no idea, you know, what one was. Because you read about it, you see a picture, but when you go into it, you're like, oh, wow, this is a really serious engineering feat right here. And I understand how it helps save lives. So, you know, there's different things. So we wanted people to, if they wanted to learn, to come out, have a hot dog, bring their kids. And what's the better way to bring your kids than a train ride? Mm-hmm. So this is just something that we added this year. Hopefully we get some good feedback from it. Hopefully the community would appreciate it. And, you know, it's new and you have to try different things.
There's you and Chris relaxing there. This was from last year, but
oh yeah,
just having a good time.
Oh,
so
yeah.
is it too late for people to sign up to participate in this, or is there...
Well, I'll tell you this: this Thursday, everybody who signed up is going to that's going to be the end because, of course, we have.
So this upcoming Thursday is the last?
I think so,
okay.
because you know because of our logistics, we have to get T-shirts printed, everything else, packets and stuff like that. So. Yeah, that would be the last day, absolute last day that they can sign up.
Corey, you're a Rotarian.
Yes, I am.
Just talk about you know, events like this, what this does for Rotary, what they're able to do because of it.
Well, I think first and foremost, it helps the community out. There's no doubt about it. It brings people together. As my dad would say, food and fellowship, and that definitely helps out. I also think from a club perspective, it's a good recruiting tool. We're always looking for new members, especially guys like myself that are in your mid to late 30s. We really need that demographic. I know when I first joined Rotary Club, they were very eager to have young people start joining again. So yeah, I think that comes to the forefront. But first and foremost, it's about helping the community out, and that's exactly what Rotary's mission is. So I think the Oil Creek Classic's a great example of what we try to do every day.
And Al, this is something that it's not like every Rotary Club has this event. This is very specialized for our area.
Oh yeah, you want, you know, when years ago when we were thinking of different fundraising ideas, I was involved in. Every club seems like it has like a chicken dinner, fish fry, turkey shoot, and I'm not disparaging any of those things because, you know, they work and people like them. But I felt that, you know, at the time, I was reading a lot of stuff about tourism, what brings tourism to this area. Well, I knew that fly fishing, a lot of fly fishermen come to this area, and I said, you know what, this is something that's unique. This is something that we can, you know, that we have a natural resource that they don't have anywhere else, and let's do that. Let's bring people to the area and let them enjoy the town. Mm-hmm. I mean, we even have, during that weekend, the Warner's Bakery has a specialized fly fishing rainbow trout cookie. of which I can't eat a lot of anymore.
So you can sign up by Thursday to take part in this. Outside of that, you mentioned there's a community aspect that people can enjoy.
Oh yeah, if you don't want to fish in the tournament itself, you just want to see what it's about. I would implore you to come out to our community day, because not only will we have different things for fly tying and fly casting, but just things for kids there, and face painting, things of that nature. And you get to see some other people that of our friends that come out with their unique products. For instance, this year we're going to have a lady named Kim Ernala, and she started a company called Miss Mayfly. And Miss Mayfly is a very unique company. What they've done is that they make waders for women. Okay, because that's the biggest growing demographic in the fly fishing world. Hopefully she'll be up here and to see, because she's from Central Pennsylvania herself, but she'll be up here, and different females that want to take a look at those at the wares, they can do so. And because a lot of times the only thing you can do is look on the website, look at a magazine, and not many people go to fly fishing shows, but this is a way of just exposing different things. Also, too, there might be a company called Fish Gods. Now, this is a unique company. It's from Erie, but what they make is a, for lack of a better word, a portable trash receptacle. Because sometimes on the creeks and on the streams, people unfortunately going to litter, and it looks bad. So you can just put the stuff in your pouch. You don't even know it's there.
Wow.
So I have one myself.
Again, these are people that you can meet, items you get to actually see, and
right.
Just a lot of fun. Let's do this real quick. You're watching the Morning Drill on Stream Television and on Armstrong's Neighborhood Channel, and listening to it on the Allegheny News Talk Sports Network. Al Rickerson with us here this morning, talking about the Oil Creek Classic. The dates of the Oil Creek Classic.
It's going to be Friday the 13th.
Uh-oh.
That's going to be, yeah, I know. But it's going to be, but we have a meet and greet. We call it Al's Get Together. This year, we're going to put out that anybody that's going to participate, we'd like to have them there because they can get their beat assignments. And also, too, we can acclimate them to the new fishing app. So we'll get them there and look at some certain things. And one thing I'll be remiss if I didn't mention this is that the Titusville Middle School, they have a program called Trout in the Classroom. Mm-hmm. On Saturday, in addition to the competition, they'll be out there to release some of their fish that they've nurtured all through the winter time. So, and Mike Reynolds and Eric Maury, I call them 24 karat gold science teachers because they get the kids involved.
Yeah.
And I think class-wise, that's something, Al, that they utilize in other parts of the year with their curriculum, too.
Oh, yes.
Al, I wanted to ask you, is there a need for volunteers for the Oil Creek Classic?
Sure. I mean, if you want to volunteer, just go on the go on our Facebook page and put your phone number down, or you can call me directly, 814-671-7860. And we have another telephone number too, 814-657-4741. And anybody that loves the streams and want to impart some knowledge to some younger people or people who don't know, we will welcome them with open arms.
Checking out some footage here, Al. It looks beautiful. It looks like a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
And how far are you spreading people out?
Well, last year because of COVID, we didn't go on the grounds of Drake Well. So what we did is we went from the waterworks to the Jersey Bridge, on the other side of the Jersey Bridge. This year, we have more anglers, so we're going to, and also, too, we have some Boy Scouts coming to get some of the things for their merit badges. So we're going to have many more anglers out there. Excuse me.
So will you be back at Drake Well?
We'll be back at Drake Well. We're going to go through Drake Well's grounds there because there's some great spots there. But we're also going to come from the waterworks because I think that you got to have people have to have a experience where they go fishing the whole area, because you can't you get people that say, okay, here's a good spot, and they get in that spot, they don't want to move. We move them around. We have a 45-minute area where they can go to another spot, go to another beat. So we want folks to move around, move the fish around, and have a great experience.
Look at this is we're watching kids in the water. This is hands-on, Al. I mean, this is not like sitting in the classroom and study. I mean, you're out there really doing this.
Oh yeah. Well, they're out there doing it, because I know that the year that I went out there to help them, and this might be the year that I had some new sneakers on, and I went out there, and guess what? I just slid down to the side of the creek. I had a couple of parents behind me, and they just belly laughed, because it was funny.
Wow. Again, it's a great time. So whether you want to fly fish or just come out and observe and take part in all the extra fun stuff that's going on, come on down and do that. It's the weekend of the 13th, so it's
right. We stayed away from Mother's Day. I learned my lesson.
Yes. Don't get anywhere near that.
Don't get near Mother's Day.
What's your favorite aspect of this event?
My favorite aspect is just meeting different people that come in, and just seeing folks that you might see at the bank or see in the grocery store come out with their kids or grandkids, just enjoying the day. I mean, I think that's always a good thing.
Luke, I was looking at the gallery here, and it's just so good to see everybody get together, and especially after 2 years of not having get-togethers like this and community events. It's just, wow, refreshing to see the pictures of everybody, arm in arm and smiling, laughing. It's just great for Titusville and the surrounding communities that want, come together.
That's wonderful. And again, 13th and 14th, really the 14th is the big day. With so much going on. Al, you mentioned incorporating the OC&T this year. Again, there's a lot to explore and just to take advantage of.
Oh yeah, and maybe if I after this broadcast is over, maybe if I talk real fast, or I can convince a certain media person and his assistant.
Yes, of course. Oh, you're fine.
To come out and bring his drone.
Oh.
Yeah, remember the year you had your drone out there?
Yeah.
I mean, that was great. You should have been here, Corey. He was like just playing with it. And that's where all that good footage came from as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I asked if you needed volunteers, because I definitely want to help out.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I want to come down.
Oh, you're a Rotarian. You should.
And I should be there anyway. I'm a Rotarian.
You should have signed up. I mean, you're outing yourself on the morning drill.
I am outing myself on the morning drill. So
See
now
what
I got to do it.
Yeah, see what I got to put up with, Lou?
I know. Sorry, this is why things aren't getting done. Right?
Right. Come to the meetings.
That's
eat your
right.
lunch.
Yes.
Hey, have a good day. Don't sign up for anything.
Hey, I was there at Easter dinner, 7 a.m. cooking hams.
Yes, you were.
slinging
Yes,
some
you
ham.
I was slinging some hams, and I learned a great recipe from good old Chris Feely. So
what time, Al, on Saturday should people show up if they're not participating?
Okay, if they're not participating, the train itself is going to leave at 10 o'clock. I would, since we're giving out tickets for that day, I would think you'd come at 9 a.m., anytime from that into 10 o'clock when it boards. And he'll be back, of course, at 1 o'clock. Community Day is going to start at 12 o'clock because that way we're going to, because we don't have a lot of volunteers. That way we want to get everybody in the water, get everybody doing things. And, between 12 and 3 o'clock, we'll have Community Day where we have fly tying demonstration, fly tying seminar. We have some vendors out there, some face painting, some hot dogs for our guests. So, those are great times.
Busy weekend. It's going to be a fun weekend. It is the Oil Creek Classic. And Al, for people wanting more information, how can they get it?
Oh, they can go onto our Facebook page. We're under Oil Creek Classic on Facebook page, or they can go on our website, which is OCC.Titusville, PA, Rotary.org.
Okay. Oh, good to see you this morning.
Oh,
Best
it's
of luck
always
with
good to see
everything.
you.
Yeah.
So that means I can count you in to be out there on Saturday with your drum.
Time is up already. We got to wrap
Time
things
is up. We got to wrap. Yeah.
Al, what'd you learn today?
I learned that you're always great at avoiding different things. Amy is right.
Corey, what'd you learn today?
I learned about some great things that are happening in the region, and I look forward to the Oil Creek Classic.
Have a great day.
Thank you.